Alright, welcome back to another G Auto Repair YouTube video, and today we're working on this 2006 Suzuki Aerio. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the problem here is we have an alternator that's not working, so we're gonna do a video here of how to replace the alternator. It's not in the ideal spot because it's all the way in the back here, close to the firewall and the rack and pinion and all that good stuff. And it's kind of a bit of a mission to get to, but we're gonna do all that we can to try to get this done. So just a bit of a background on this vehicle. This vehicle belongs to a friend from Ukraine that is here because of the conflicts and wars and stuff going on over there. So he fled and moved over here to get away from all that. And so this car was given to him so he can use in the meantime until, you know, he lifts up his head and, you know, establishes himself, you know, trying to get a job and whatnot. But in the midst of all that, the alternator failed. So we're gonna go ahead and help out with Jehovah's God help. We're gonna go ahead and take care of this for him, so that he can be blessed and continue to find a job and establish himself in this country. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, since we're dealing with the charging system with electricity, is we want to go ahead and disconnect the battery. There are some check engine light codes and stuff, but I think all that is related to, there's a crack here in the intake, so we're probably going to take care of that at a later date. The important part right now is to get this vehicle back on the road. So I'm also going to go ahead and put the charger, and I'm going to use this new let me just stick this here somewhere, the new Tornado, my new Tornado 90,000. And I just got that not too long ago, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. I know they got a bigger one now, but this is the one I got. So we're gonna what happened here, turn this bad boy on. We're just gonna put it charged, so while we work it could charge up the battery. Alright, so we got supply. We're gonna put, okay, normal, start. Okay, so it's gonna go through its phases of, you know, doing tests and stuff, and then it's gonna start charging the battery. So we're gonna let that do its thing. We're gonna get started. The vehicle is already on the lift. Okay, so now we have the vehicle on the lift. We're gonna go ahead and remove this tire, the passenger side tire, because that's just where we're gonna be working at. I want to say I've done one similar to this before. I just don't remember what vehicle. I don't know, what GM product or a Ford, that the alternator was buried back there. It was kind of a mission to get to. Okay, we're gonna just lay that aside. So we're gonna remove this. As being held by some cable ties for the most part. All right, let's see if we can. There we go. Now there's another one here. All right, and there she is with all her glory. All right, try to give you guys a better view. Okay, so there it is right there. As you can see, it's kind of housed in that little corner there, so we got to get that looks like some kind of a shield off. And yeah, the bracket, the belt obviously, and yeah, it's kind of in a bad spot. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of tight. I don't know how much of this you guys are gonna be able to appreciate. Let me give you guys a better view here. Okay, so we gotta find, let's put my headlight on here. Okay, so this is our tensioner right here. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a doozy. Okay. Alright. And there's an oil leak. I'm gonna tell you right now, this has probably failed because of that oil leak. I see that the alternator is soaked in oil. I'm not sure if it's motor oil or if it's power steering pump oil, because the power steering pump is right above that. But if that doesn't get fixed, then the new alternator could fail, you know, sooner than later. Okay, so let's go ahead and try with just regular wrenches. See if I can get in there. Okay, so this is gonna work way better. I just need the right size. I guess it's gonna be a 14. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're just gonna. Let me get a better angle here, because oh boy, why do they have to do this to us? Why do they have to do this to us? Why can't they just put easy access belt and call it a day? No. They want to go ahead and do all types of mumbo jumbo. Okay, so this is some kind of shield. That's going to be a 10 millimeter. That's going to be a 10 millimeter. These are probably going to be 14s. Yep. And 14s. And I don't know what's going on up there, but let's try to get a better view of the action. Okay. So yeah, so you got this pipe in the way, so this everything's in the way. I see the connector, 2-pin connector, and obviously the nut is gonna be up top there. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this shield so we can get a better view. How about that? Alright, so I got my 10 millimeter here. We're gonna take off this or try to take this out, and I know there's another one up top, so I'll see if I can reach it. I'm gonna pass the camera over to the camera boy. And I'm gonna let him try to give you those close-up shots to get the best experience possible, because leaving it on my head is not gonna work. Alright, so we got this 10 millimeter, and there should be another one up top somewhere. Let me see if I can reach it from here. Oh, okay. When all else fails, just kind of feel. Okay, here it is up here. Okay, it's gonna be up here. I can feel it. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I can't see it. Okay, the socket is on it. See, that's what I mean with these tight. Oh my goodness. With these tight things here. Alright. Alright, so it's loose. Okay. Alright, 2 10s. Here's the shield. Put that down there for now. Alright, now we got a better view. Okay, we have up here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we got the main power cable going to it here. I don't know if they can see that, because I can barely see it. And then we got the connector in the back of the alternator. Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright. So, can I hold this here? Okay. Alright, there's the connector right there. And right up top, I mean, I can't really point to it because I got both hands. One has a flashlight, one has a camera. Okay. But you can see the connector right there. And then up top you have the power cable. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what's happening. Why it's a challenge, because you got all this, you know, all this stuff in the way here. So you got to kind of wiggle your arm through there and disconnect it. I don't know if from the top it'll be any easier, to be honest with you, but it's definitely something we can explore. Okay, so just for the sake of the video, we're gonna cut for right now, because I'm not gonna be able to show much, and I'm probably gonna be ranting a lot as I normally do, because of engineers and their infinite wisdom. But as soon as we get this disconnected and whatnot, we'll get back on the video. All right, so a lot has transpired since the last time we filmed, and Alex got me sharing my thoughts on the matter. I don't know if I will post that or not, but we'll see. We'll see. So ultimately what needs to happen is the bolt for the alternator is 25% covered by the power steering pulley. So we had to take the intake out, all of this to get to it, and now we have to, I don't know where else we got bolts. I mean, there's got to be bolts here somewhere. I'm hoping that maybe I could just slide it out of the way to get to that, you know, 12 for the alternator and bring it out. I did find that this hose seems to be loose, so maybe that's our leaking problem there. So I'm hoping and praying that that is our cause of the leak and nothing else, because if we got to change this pump, nobody's gonna be happy, because one, it's not in stock, and two, you know, it's another part you have to change. So with that said, my friends, okay, I think I see another bolt back here.
Okay, at least so
this is kind of in the way.
At least the main power wire is right there, right?
I already took that off. That wasn't an issue. I was able to get it from the bottom. I mean, it's literally right there, so it's easier to take it off from the top, but I was able to do that without any issues.
I wonder if they can see where it's at. Can they see it?
There's another.
Yeah, I think it's there right there.
Because I think this goes on a bracket. Okay, I don't feel any other bolts here. Oh no, wait, I take that back. there's one right here. I take that back. Okay. So it's probably gonna be 2 or 3. There's probably 2 or 3 bolts that hold this pump. And if it's just these 2 in the front, I'll be happy with that. But there might be another one in the back. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Not sure what size that is. Yes, I got it right the first time.
All right.
Giggity, giggity. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if this is a good idea because this is kind of loose. I don't want to crack. Okay. There. So we're gonna loosen this and let all this juice leak everywhere.
Great. That means you have to refill the power steering.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
gross.
that's a nasty looking power steering
Why
fluid.
does it look like that?
I don't know. It's looking like in the reservoir.
I hope they haven't been
Adding water and stuff to this.
adding the wrong
Power
stuff.
steering.
See, now I can easily reach over here. See, sometimes we add burdens to ourselves, but it's all for the sake of
Of
trying.
not doing more stuff. You end up doing more,
Yeah, but
trying to do less.
the thing is,
Oh, great.
great.
I think you hit the flag.
There we go. Now I can get to it.
Is it this one?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Lovely.
Beautiful. Okay, so all we got to do is move this out of the way, and that's it. I can reach it.
All right.
Groovy, baby.
So, do I stay up here moving it? And
And no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise it up. Just a little bit. Oh boy. See, it's right there now. It's just this intake tube is so hard that you saw how I had to fight to get it out, and it's cracked. On top of that, it's cracked. So, again, that's probably why we have the check engine. Well, I'm almost certain that's why we have check engine light.
Alright, hold on, let me
See if you can loosen it up by hand.
loosen what up by hand.
That 12 millimeter. I'm
The-
gonna support the alternator so it won't tighten up on you.
The bolt?
Yeah.
Alright, hold up, let me put the camera down, I guess.
There she is. You got it? That's all she wrote.
Alright, I got the bolt.
Question is,
Will it come out?
will it come out?
Ugh, my hands are all oily and nasty. Gross.
I think it should wiggle.
Wow, that is soaked in power steering fluid. Looks like it's like getting stuck on a bracket, on the bracket there.
Kinda, sorta.
Is she up?
Yeah.
Wow, it's soaked in power steering.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Alright.
Alright.
So we got her out. So again, it kind of went in like this. So the same way it came out, it's got to go back in. This is new power steering that's just been dripping from the
old
car
Alright, cool.
when I loosened it. But there is, you know, definitely some leakage going on here.
Alrighty.
Let me see if I could put some kind of stopper on there.
Alright.
Alright, so we are back. We got the new alternator in, as you can see, nice and shiny. The pump is still out, but as you can see, the pump is not new. It's just clean. I cleaned it. We sprayed all this area down real good, and we were able to restore its luster. I'm thinking it's just this hose. These clamps are loose here and here, and maybe that's why the fluid is seeping out and then, you know, working its way through the whole thing. At least that's what I'm hoping and praying for. Now I didn't have to take it out, the axle right here. I didn't have to take it out completely, but I did move it out of the way just enough for me to be able to stick the alternator back in there, because I was able to take it out, but to go back in there it was just giving me a pain. So I just decided, let me just move it out of the way real quick so that I can do what I got to do. So, you know, I just loosened this. I mean, no big deal. I was just trying to avoid that, but no biggie. And again, the book calls for all this, so we just try to sometimes work around things. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes not so much. But if you're struggling to do something, then it's really not a shortcut. It's not worth it, so might as well do what you got to do. Alrighty then, so I just got to tighten this bolt down here. I was able to get these tight, the one on the top. I just got to get this one, and that's it for the alternator. I can technically plug it back up, put the 10mm nut on the power cable, and that is done. I just got to put the power steering back on and the belt and technically all this, and technically it's done. You know, the intake and all that. The intake, it's worrying me a little bit because it's very hard, not very malleable. Look, it's got this big old crack in it, so that's gonna be the cost of the check engine. This is very filthy. Nobody has a lot of these parts in stock readily available. They can get it, but it's gonna take a day or two, and this is the last job for the year. I am done for the year. I'm just gonna take some time off and reflect and relax and rest my lower back, because my lower back is killing me right now, believe it or not. It's been like that for about a week, so I'm just gonna take a chill, and but I will let him know about that. He's gonna have to follow up with that if he wants to take care of the check engine light. And obviously we did clean the throttle body, you know. Now that we were here, we just cleaned it real quick. I wanted to put a new air filter, but they don't have it. It's gonna take some time to get. I'm just gonna have to put that one for now, and then let them know, hey, whenever you're ready, let me know, we'll order and have it in hand. So that'll be taken care of as well, so no biggie there. So let me finish putting some of this stuff back together, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alrighty then, so we are back. So I was able to kind of put this back in order. It's not secure yet, but I figured I'll bring you guys along for this part here. Alright, so I already tightened that bolt down here, so the alternator is secure. I just got to finish putting all this stuff back together. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah, this job ended up being a little bit more than expected, you know. No big deal really, but let me do this. No big deal really, but you know, thank God I didn't do this mobile, because I had gone to see this car on site yesterday, and I knew, I was like, no, I'm not doing this mobile. I'm sorry, bring it. That's all that I asked for, is just please bring it to me. Put it on a tow truck, bring it to me, and I'll take care of the rest. So that's what we did, and I'm thankful for that, because yeah, I would have gotten stuck. I would have gotten stuck with this. I don't like doing extensive things mobile. I do some mobile stuff, but very limited. I just, you know, when you're out there, the elements, you know, oh, it's too hot, oh, it's raining, oh, this, oh, that, you know, I don't like being under those conditions, you know. At least here I got my little tarp, and I got my whatchamacallit, my lift, you know, just a few comfort things. Seriously? I kind of got it. I got the sensor kind of stuck with the, there we go, with the axle. So I'm just gonna stick this back in here. Again, I don't know how good you guys are gonna be able to see this, but I need to get this done. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Now we get this 30mm nut tightened up real nice like. Very, very good. Now we gotta stake that right there so it prevents it from loosening. So now we can come up top here, start fooling around with the power steering pump. We can actually put the power cable on and probably even connect the connector. Now you guys are not going to be able to see this, I don't think. All right, the connector is in. Yeah, it seems a lot easier from up here, to be honest with you. But like I said, I didn't think I had to pull all this out. To be honest with you guys. Okay, let me get my 1/4-inch drive 10 so we can put this bad boy where it needs to go. There we go. Alright. Ah, boy. Alright. Nice and tight. There it is. Okay, now we put the cover. There we go. Alright, so this alternator is in. This alternator is in. So we're gonna put these 12mm bolts on the pump, and then what we're going to do is put the whatchamacallit, let me get the socket and the ratchet. Whew. Okay. I'm so ready for this day to be over. I'm tired, guys. It's been one heck of a year. It's been one heck of a year. I need some rest. I haven't been able to post anything because I've been so busy. You know, I would always think, oh, you know, the ending of the year is probably going to be slow, because normally it is in the automotive business. The ending of the year is slow for most shops because of the holiday season. People are more inclined to, you know, put off repairs because they have expenses associated with the holidays. So that's understandable. At the same token, when your car's broke, you need to get it fixed. But people tend to push off on repairs. So you would think, oh, it's going to be slow towards the end of the year. Not for me. I've been pretty busy, thanks to Jehovah. I've been very busy. Jehovah God has blessed my hand. since I started on my own. So can't complain with that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I guess pizza is ready. Now we're gonna put this bolt here in the back, which is not that difficult to get to, by the way. It's easier from here, that's for sure. All you gotta do is move a couple things out of the way. So you don't have to remove the pump, you just gotta get it out of the way. So, I mean, if anybody out there, you, the viewer, you do this for a living, you understand that you try to kind of find shortcuts and, okay, maybe it's not necessary to remove this part, I can work around it. Especially if you're working on older vehicles. If you do not work as a professional automotive repair technician, you may be wondering, well, why don't you just do this and get it done with? And you're right. However, when you're working on older vehicles, sometimes you introduce other issues because you start fixing here, then this breaks because it's old and brittle, then you got to fix that, and then fixing this goes, and you start here, you end up way over there. So you try to touch as little as possible, especially with older cars. You try to really touch as little as possible, move as little as possible. And sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not, you know. But that's why, you know, you see that I try not to do certain things, because I don't work at the dealer. You know, if you're a dealer tech, you're working on pretty much new stuff all the time, so you don't care. Yeah, you move whatever you got to move. These hoses are nice and pliable. You know, most of the stuff is under warranty anyway, so the car's only a year, maybe 2. You know, unless you got that customer that's very adamant about getting everything done at the dealer. You know, most dealer techs don't see cars older than, you know, 4 or 5 years. On an average, yes, they do see older ones, but on an average, most of what they work on is newer cars. Trust me, I know. I've been there. And, you know, so you save some of those headaches that come with, you know, older cars. Alrighty then. Okay, that's not gonna fit too well. I guess I'll continue with this. Alright. Now, you've done this job already 5, 6, 10, 50 million times, and yeah, you're like, oh, dude, yeah, don't waste your time. Just do this and that. I get this done in an hour. But I'm gonna tighten these here because I feel they're way too loose. I mean, you could easily just twist them about. Ooh. Okay, see, that's more better. That's more better. Okay, nice and tight. Hopefully that'll mitigate some of that leakage. It may be coming from the pump itself, you know. I really don't know that. It's just this is such a big mess down here that it's hard for me to tell. Okay, so now we go ahead and get this guy. Let's pop this out. I don't like how cloudy that fluid looks. It looks weird. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, but okay. I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and snug, tight. Make sure I don't get any leaks afterwards. And spray it down with a little bit of wonderful brake clean juice. Because we literally sprayed all of this down. Literally. See, all of this is nice and dry now. You can actually see the color of the pump now. Okay. First things first. How does this belt go? Heck if I know. Okay. So obviously this one has to go up here. Let me loosen some. Give it some slack. I tell you what, these guys didn't give you much room to work with, that's for sure. They don't give you much work at all to work with. And that, my friend, is not cool. Okay. Alright, so I'm thinking that this has to go like this, if I remember correctly. The problem is getting to... Okay. The problem is getting to the tensioner. And then this wrench being in the way. You guys aren't going to be able to see this at all, by the way. Beautiful. Alright, I think we got it. Nice. I think we got it. Alright, so next up is the air cleaner box. Let's go ahead and install this. It's just 2 bolts, no big deal. What made this challenging is the stiffness of the... That's another thing I would like to replace. But again, nobody has that in stock either. If not, I would have bought one. I might have to get one off of Amazon or something. Because nobody carries it. I guess parts aren't very easily available. Okay, so I'm here. I had to get another 10mm because I don't know where the other one went. It's here somewhere, I promise you. It's over here somewhere, I promise you. Yuck, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Oh man, I hate that I'm not gonna be able to. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to change that this go around. Okay, maybe I should lower the car. Alright, so here we are. Let's try to lower the car some. Let me step over here. And you know what? I'm forgetting to put the shield. Wow. This guy is not working at all. Wow. Seriously? I don't know how I'm gonna get this thing in. Let's try a little bit of silicone paste, see if that helps out. I mean, that's how stiff this plastic is. Ugh. Let me not force it too much because it's broken, remember. But it's probably of no use, but at least. Goodness gracious. Yeah. No, that guy is not going back in there at all. That's how stiff this plastic is. Jesus. There we go. Woo. Ella no se oye bien. Ella no se oye bien. Ella tiene que hacer lo que yo le diga. Ajá. 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 Okay. So everything up here is technically ready to roll. Our battery is full according to our charger. So I'm gonna turn it off, disconnect it. Okay. I'm gonna reconnect the battery. Okay. There we go. You're gonna tighten this up. So the belt is in, everything's in other than that shield that I forgot to put earlier, but I can do that later on, no big deal. What I want to make sure is that everything is working, charging wise. Okay, so I have the multimeter. We got 13.16. Okay. I should probably add some power steering fluid. We should probably add some power steering fluid. I don't know what the heck they put in this thing, but it's cloudy. I don't like the way that looks. As a matter of fact, I think there's some moisture in there. Some moisture going on in there. Alright, let's just fire it up. I just want to make sure that the charger is charging. Wow. Beautiful. 14.25. Let me ignore that for right now. 14.3. So that is excellent. It is working. El caguero is working. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm happy with that. There's gonna be a little bit of smoke and stuff coming out. That's to be expected. We did spray a lot of stuff down there. So we're gonna go ahead and finish putting that little shield around the alternator. I also want to change the oil and what else? You know, we got leaking valve cover, gaskets. You know, there's other things that this car needs, but I just want to make sure it's safe to be on the road and it's not gonna leave him stranded. That's our primary goal here right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's take a gander here. Okay, we could do that later. Make sure we don't got no leakages. I forgot to check for that. Okay, we'll do that later. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back to continue that other stuff. I may not record the whole shield thing, but we'll see. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so we are back. I put the little shield on, the little plastic shield on the alternator, and all I'm doing is just putting these little push pins here. Didn't have any, but I keep these normally in stock, So situations like this, I can just, just put them on and call it a day. So we're just gonna go ahead and install these machine push pins. There you go. Tighten those two 10mm. Okay. Yeah. All right, and that is done. Now we can install this here real quick, like. Yes, yes. Alrighty.
I'll let you know if it's good.
Will do. Be good. Have fun. Alright. Alright. Okay. There we go. Alright. There we go. Nice. That takes care of that. Let's spray this down a little bit here. I don't like leaving no grease residue on the rotor. Contaminate the pad. Alright, now we put the wheel. Okay. Alright, nice. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Let me double check. Okay, all of this is tight. Oh, see, I was already forgetting something. See? Okay, we want to stake that real quick. So, I got a made up tool just for that. And all it is a chisel dull down. So, nothing fancy. But it does the trick. There. That's just to prevent that from backing out. Safety mechanism. Okie doke. So that takes care of that. Make sure I tighten that. Yeah. Ooh. Oh no. My anti-seize was hurt in the struggle. There we go. Good as new. Good as new. There we go. Alrighty then. Now we tighten this up. I still gotta find my 10mm here somewhere. I don't know where, but there's a spider. A spider. And now that we're here with the air hose in my hand, let's check tire pressures. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's okay. Alright. So we're not too bad on these tire pressures. We're good. Ooh, this one is not good. This one is not good at all. And normally when I see something like that, I suspect a nail, and there it is. Right there, so let's take care of that now. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have any more plugs. I forgot. I need to get some. So I'm just gonna let him know and let him know that he's got a thing there, a screw, so he can go and get that patched. Okay, so I have the oil filter and the oil, and I think I have the right tools here. And we got our oil drain, which has probably seen better days. That wasn't even that tight. Okay, let's get the drain pan over here. Ooh. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and drain this guy. Okay, nice, but we're missing a washer there. Yeah, we're missing a washer. Wow. Okay, I should have plenty of washers. I just gotta get the right one. This is a plastic one. This is a copper one. I'm not sure which was originally the one that goes there, but we'll use this. We'll use this copper one. Yeah. Why not? Why not? My lower back. Okay. Yeah. It lets me know every now and then that, hey, it's time. It's time. Where is the filter? There it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and, yeah, that oil is nasty. I gotta tighten that up. You guys make sure I don't forget about that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That bracket is kind of loose. Oh, wow. That O2 sensor's right there. Oh. Getting dripped on by oil. By the way, he does have the O2 sensors in the trunk. He does have that. I just recently learned that. But, and they don't seem like they're difficult sensors to get to, but before I changed that, one, they probably got cheap ones that I'm not fond of using, and two, what was I gonna say? I would like to repair that that intake manifold, to not repair but replace, because that gives system lean codes, and that's probably throwing off. I mean, it might still need O2 sensors. I'm not saying that it doesn't. I really haven't gotten deep into any of that. I just want to make sure that this car was, operating. That's the primary concern right now. But these sensors could be faulty. I just wanted to fix the other issue first and then revisit the sensor if need be. If need be. Alright, I hear you. I'm not gonna forget. Thank you for reminding me. Alright. There we go. I'm like the Bob Ross of automotive repairs. Yes. That's a happy drain plug. Friendly drain plug. Everybody needs a friend. Yeah, why not? That is a happy drain plug now. Hopefully it doesn't leak. It didn't have a washer before and now it does, so I hope that settles that. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna put the oil where the oil goes in the whatchamacallit, in the engine. So it's supposed to be just about 5 quarts. So we're gonna top her off. And that oil was nasty. It hasn't been changed in a while, I'm sure. So she's gonna get some fresh oil. Alright. I probably should have put a little less and then double check. It's okay. It's alright. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start her up. Let's get oil pressure. Alright, let's take a look at the oil level. Let's take a look at the oil level. And I forgot to check the rear brake liners. Perfect. Right on the mark. I'm gonna have to revisit that. This should be a 12, yeah. Still looking for my oh, you know what, let's take a look at the transmission fluid. I know it's probably not up to temperature. It's probably not up to temperature, but it'll give us a good idea of what's going on. Oh yeah, it's good. It's probably has a little too much, probably. But anyways, this has been a successful repair, and again, this is all brought to you thanks to you, the viewer. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do some of the stuff that I do. So your support is highly appreciated throughout these past few years that I've been you know, putting videos out there. I do truly appreciate each and every one of you, and again, because of you, I'm able to do things like this, you know, paying it forward in times of distress and times of need. So again, you all had a role to play in this, and we thank you all so very much for your support. If you haven't done so, I encourage you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. If you are already subscribed to the channel, again, I thank you for all your support, and every little bit helps. So we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao. Se la comieron con esta, bro. El ingeniero aquí se quedó sin seso, bro. Se quedó vacío. Qué clase de anormal. They put the upper bolt, they put it, and it's slightly behind the power steering pulley. So in order to get to it, you have to technically remove the power steering pump. No, qué clase de gomeyuca, bro. City. City.
How is it? Amigo, amigo, amigo.
Hay que reírse.
Oh boy.
Let me see if I can get around it. And again, this is not. No, wait. This is a smaller bolt. Okay, this is. I think that's a 12 millimeter. Are there 12 or 13? Let me try the 12 first. Giggity giggity. All right, so it's a 12.
Now the question is, can you get to it?
That is a very good question.
That is the $1 million question.
Yeah, so I mean I can barely get to it, but I'm hoping that since the alternator is loose,
It'll just drop out.
it'll just work its way out and fall out.
What about going back in?
That is the that is another concern, going back in, because going out is one thing, going back in is a different ball game. Wow.
Engineers and their infinite wisdom, am I right?
I would like to know who thought about this one right here.
Have a very nice, very calm conversation with them.
So you gotta tear apart a million things to get to the one. Wow. Yeah. It's a tight spot. It's a tight spot.
And something that's commonly failing.
Yeah.
Hey, but hey, at least the air compressor's right there.
Yeah, whoop-de freaking do. What I need this is to be right there. Okay, so, I mean, in all reality, and that power steering is leaking. That power steering is leaking. And that's probably what took out the alternator. So, that power steering needs to be dealt with as well. So maybe they figured out by the time this goes out is because this is gonna leak all over it. So why not replace both at once? Hooray, problem solved. Kill two birds with one stone. Why not? So they also want you to remove this axle shaft. And they probably do that so you can get to these things easier back here. Which I already undid. We already took off the connector and the main power cable. That wasn't too much of an issue to get to. But this little guy right here. Yeah.
If only they can actually see where the bolt is.
Yeah. Well, you can see it if you bring it down through here.
Maybe from the top?
No. You can see it. It's right there.
Really?
It's right there. Oh, but look at where the pulley is for the power steering pump.
Yeah, who thought that was a good idea?
Whatever moron designed this.
Yeah. What is this, Japanese engineering at its finest?